Hi Capricorn, this is going to be your reading for the end of February. It is good for the Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus sign of Capricorn. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. Check your Rising, Moon, or Venus sign. If this doesn't resonate, you could find your messages there instead. Or you could simply book a private live one-on-one reading with me. The link to my website to schedule a private reading that's just for you is down in the description below. If you're new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Please subscribe and hit the bell. When you hit the bell, you know when I read for your sign. I read for you every week, Capricorn. You're my favorite earth sign. Right now it's Soma Chandra Capricorn. All right, Cap, let's get into it. Capricorn, you're doing that Capricorn thing. You're doing that I'm driven to succeed, I work like a dog, and I don't ask for help thing. My goodness, do I see it. It all came together. When I laid the tarot out, I was like, okay, I think that they're a little overwhelmed, and so I used several oracle decks to give you advice. You guys are really overwhelmed right now. What came out of, I'm just calling it the daughter deck because my daughter made this deck for us. So out of this deck, what I have for you, I am going to get these printed up, by the way, because they're so great. She's making more too. I have super busy. I don't trust you. This is love. I'm focused on career. Cards started, I did add reversals. I didn't mean to, but I guess I was meant to. I rely on you is in reverse. Focused on the futures in reverse. Let's take a break in reverse. I'm letting go of you is also in reverse. Smooth sailings in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So you're really busy right now. Most Capricorns I meet are busy. What does your card, the devil, teach us? The world is your playground. You work hard, you play hard. So I have never met a Capricorn that like wasn't working 4 jobs and like mom and dad of the year. Like you guys are really hardworking people. Was not surprised to see super busy. Of course you are. You're a Capricorn. I don't trust you. I think that there are people around you that you just don't trust. It's like if you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. So I think you don't trust maybe an assistant or a partner in some instance of your life, maybe even your own kids. You're having a hard time letting others in to help, I think. This is love. I'm focused on career. This is love and I'm focused on career came out together. So I think you're very career focused and I think you love what you're doing. Or if it's involving a relationship, you love this person. There's a lot of love in your life, but you're also career focused. So I think it's about something that you're going to need to bring in the balance. I rely on you is in reverse. You will not rely on anyone else because you don't trust them. Maybe there's a specific person in your life that you will not rely on because you don't trust them. Maybe the love is the problem. And focused on the future. You're very hyper-focused on the present moment, but I think that you might not be considering the consequences of not asking for help now. I could also be picking up on the energy around you. You might be dealing with a person that has no foresight, that will not cooperate with you in some way. You can't seem to catch a break or take a break. There's something that you're hanging on to that you won't let go of. It might even simply be control or your own expectations or a behavior pattern that's led you to this place or a thought or feelings. Smooth sailing. You're not heading into calm waters, but we could change this. I was like, oh, I really want to change that for them. So I was like, okay, what's your advice? Tell me more what's going on. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? I think you're everybody's mom right now is what I think. I think you're the head honcho in your life. You are being called to take the lead. Capricorns are very good at leading. They're very good at sustaining and they're very good leaders. But boundaries, where do you need to establish better boundaries? It's really time for you to step up and take the lead. And a good leader has good boundaries. Look at these hands coming at her. And look how she's pushing everybody out. Here's take a break in reverse. Same with like I won't let go or like I think you're super busy. The message of take a break is a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Oh my gosh, this might just be a week that like, maybe if you're a manager, you lose 2 employees, someone calls out. There may be reasons why you can't take a break. Yeah. Advice. I said, show me advice. I got 3 cards, so I asked for 3 cards of advice. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. You do need to take care of yourself. Some of you are about to get sick. I don't see COVID necessarily, because the Tower is your last card, but it's in reverse. So you might catch a cold. You might catch a virus. Some of you have a physical ailment that plagues you off and on. You can keep this from happening, Cap. It's really time to retreat and rest. And trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, would you do? I think that you feel like you can't walk away from something or leave something behind that you feel is you're responsible to, because you feel as though you wouldn't be supported if you did. I think you feel as though you can't walk the path you want to walk right now because you're not being supported, or you believe that you will not be supported. And then Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? That's in reverse. So I see a lack of self-care for you right now because you have so much responsibility. This could also speak to a mother figure in your life. It might even have to do with the dynamic of your own mother. Perhaps your own mother asked you to be very self-sufficient at an early age. And while that might have been good for you at the time, you might be lacking some self-empathy and self-care skills. These can be learned. When everything came out, I was like, I'm sending Capricorn a giant hug. Oh my gosh. I can see that you're overworked. I can see that you're having a hard time asking for help. Yeah, Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. You're in a double mission mode. You've got to do it all for everybody. You're trying to uplift others, I think. I think it might be at the expense of yourself, my dear ones. Don't wear yourselves out. We've all been there, right? I saw this t-shirt on Facebook the other day, and it was so funny. It said, she believed that she could, but then she didn't because somebody wanted a snack. That's like moms know what everything tastes like cold because they never get a hot meal because they get interrupted. Like, I feel like you yourself are being segued because you're trying really hard to do it all, and you just don't trust a particular person in your life or others around you. Your angels, I couldn't have asked for 2 better cards. I was like, yep. Communicate clearly, helpful people. You need someone to help you, and clearly one that you trust based on my other oracle deck. You need help. You need to communicate clearly to those around you. Some of you, you have a partner that's having a hard time cooperating with you, maybe an ex-partner that you co-parent with, a boss, a coworker. Some of y'all just plain need a secretary or an accountant or someone to help you with something. Remember the treadmill. It's a life's work, not a season. You don't have to get it all done in a week. And if you do, don't be afraid to ask for help. Capricorns can be very stoic, with a stiff upper lip. You are earth signs. All the earth signs have sort of this stubbornness, but each in your own way. This is not a bad thing. But you do need help, and it's really important that you communicate clearly right now. If you take the advice and see yourself the way your guides are seeing you, I think that you'll see, Capricorn, that what the universe is trying to say to you is, we commend you for being a leader. We think you're working really hard. And we know that you probably do it better than anyone else, which is why you won't ask for help. But it's really time to have better boundaries with others and communicate clearly. I'll help you. If I know you, I'll help you. If I know you, I'll help you. So at the center of everything for your tarot for this week is the 9 of Wands. Life is a battlefield. I'm going to make it back to base camp, General. I just need a minute. I have a concussion and everything, but I'm good. Yeah. So I can see that you feel like you need, this week will be a test of faith and boundaries. You are persistent, you are resilient, you are courageous, but you're worn down. I see that you're not giving up. Of course you're not. Some of you have fire in your chart here, in particular Leo. The challenge is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Not at all surprised, especially after the Oracle cards came out. This card means you're doing it all. You're carrying heavy burdens that you need to release. The advice of the Ten of Wands is release what you can and delegate. Some of you, your bodies are starting to wear down. Yeah. So it's really important to not do it all if you don't have to. What's driving you is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. First of all, for some of you, this is literally about money. This is about one-sided charity. You might have been very, very giving in some situations to the point where you were too giving. Don't be gullible. This is one-sided charity on an unpaid debts. You might have been very helpful to someone else, but at this point, you need to practice some self-care. What's driving you is a lack of equal give and take. We can change this and get it right into the upright. You may need to ask for help with this. Deep within in recent past, overwhelmed. Cap. Seven of Cups in reverse. Now this is good. It's kind of a reality check as well, where you have to think about your personal values. Some of you might have been asking for help and your pickings are slim, okay? You don't have the resources available to you that feel good to you emotionally, that will allow for positive Neptune energy to come in, where you can dream big and do wishful thinking and get more dreamy and emotional about your life. Sometimes the Seven of Cups teaches us to do that. I think you're overwhelmed. And I think you've been in some lopsided stuff. You might be, if it has to do with money, you might be having a hard time getting help from someone else financially, equal contribution in your life. Here's your advice from your soul, your crowning thought, which I modify and say, Spirit, what's a piece of advice you have? I do have further advice for you too. Queen of Swords in reverse. So some of you have been connecting to an air sign that you can't communicate with. This person might be cold-hearted or bitchy. If that is the case, you didn't imagine it. But this is your advice. Your guides are saying, it's really time for you to try to release your emotional expectations of others around you at the moment. You might be being easily influenced by your emotions, and it's making you a little closed off, possibly. It's really time to have clear boundaries and directly communicate. You may need to come up with a solution that requires you to be very straightforward with someone. You may be struggling with that right now, or someone is struggling with you in that way. If you need help mediating with a person or with this person, do so. Someone you trust. Two cards came out for your actions. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Strength in reverse. So this is draining you. You barely have the strength to deal with this. Some of you, and again, this could be a person that you're dealing with, that you're having a hard time not being a bitch to, because, well, I can see why. I pulled out cards for the environment. Someone around you is not pulling their weight in some way. Whether they mean to or not, they're just not. So this is draining you at this point. And some of you are retreating when you need to, which is good, but I see that you're also having a hard time communicating to other people why you're retreating. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is often where we need to be a little bit more self-disciplined. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse can be two things, either being lazy and not finishing what you start, or being the proverbial workhorse to the point where you're grinding yourself to a halt, and you might be having a hard time finishing things. Usually you guys love your earth energy, like you swim in that ocean. This Knight of Pentacles feels good to you. Slow and steady wins the race, reliable, dependable, good routine, hard working. I think you're overwhelmed. I think you're overwhelmed, and I think that it's draining you big time. The way you see yourself, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I see a strong sense of self here, but I see a person that really needs to work on self-care. I think that there are some work-home conflicts for you guys right now. Some of you might even be going through a divorce or something, or some of you feel the need to step down out of a role of leadership. A lot of you are trying to work on independence. When we make changes that bring more independence into our life, that means that we have to separate ourselves from someone else we were relying on and become more independent. This is a struggle. And I think that you're doing a really good job, but I think that it is draining you, Capricorn. So get that help where you can. Someone in your environment or in the environment. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Who's this screw off? Who's this person? I'm like, well, there's the assistant that they don't frickin' have. I pulled oracle cards out about this person, and then I pulled some out for you. The Fox and Infinity in reverse. This person may be a Gemini. The number 8 may be significant with this person, but not necessarily. So this is also, if this is your response to the environment, you're losing steam and you're having a hard time coming up with a solid plan and being the single catalyst for change. You may feel as though your talents are going to waste. You can't manifest. And with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, don't expect perfection out of yourself. You may be struggling to stay on task and you're frustrated. But I meant sometimes the environment is just the way you're acting towards your environment. But I think that if you're trying to do it all, you're struggling with it. I meant for this to be a person around you. This person might not be working right now. They might be really slow with their work. They need more development. They might have Virgo in their chart and they're being a perfectionist and you're like, dude, I did in 5 hours, what it took you 3 days to do. Get it together. Oh, this person's still discovering their power. They also don't have a good plan. They might even be a little manipulative at times. I don't know that they mean to be, but they are very on again, off again. They work in short spurts and they like a passion project. So I see Aries, Virgo, or Gemini here possibly. This person is also calculated. They can't be honest, which is why you can't trust them. Also, the relationship with this person has kind of gone nowhere. And now you realize that and you're just kind of done. This is really stressing you out. 9 of Swords. It's a bloody nightmare. You're stressed out. I can see that you're feeling this. And I bet you're not telling anybody about it either. This Strength in reverse. Yeah, this is really wearing you. It's getting to the point now where here's why the 10 of Wands in reverse is your challenge. It's about delegating what you can, where you can, so that you can make it. The final outcome is the Tower in reverse. I also have the King of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I have a King and Queen of Pentacles. This looks like a couple. This looks like 2. You could be dealing with another earth sign. 5 of Wands, there's a lot of tension between you and this person. And I think that if this person is involved here, they're having a hard time. I mean, I see you getting to a level of mastery here. This week just might not be your week. It might be really draining you this week. The Tower is in reverse. Something really needs to change here. You need to tear everything down and rebuild. Or it's possible that you're really just trying to hold something together for the moment because you don't have time for this. This is like, no, let's just jerry-rig and patch the dishwasher because we can't afford to fix it right now. And I don't have time either. So I do think that you guys might experience a little bit of a crisis issue this week, but it's a mini tower. Let the tower fall if you need to. I see you guys like patching something together or holding a pipe that you know is about to burst. I get it. But at the same time, I'm concerned about you because the oracle cards showed me and your advice indicates that you need help. You just have to talk about it, babes. Further advice, action, and need to know. 4 of Swords, the High Priestess in reverse, the Devil in reverse. Again, I'm seeing your strong sense of self come out with the Devil. You need to rest. The High Priestess in reverse, I have a joke about her. It's mommy needs a minute. This is a person that needs alone time, that's having a hard time opening up and communicating about that. So with Strength in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse and this 4 of Swords here, everything else I'm seeing is showing me you guys really do need self-care, alone time, and rest. There's also possibly a person around you that's kind of ghosting you and not communicating with you very well. They might not be, and with the Magician in reverse as well, they're not communicating well. They do act upon their own behalf and they're kind of slick. They might be trying to break a pattern with you that's not healthy, but they're having a hard time doing it. For the record, this person doesn't have a plan. And I think that's the problem, Capricorn, is that you're left to take the lead and be the high priestess, except you really just want some freaking alone time. Like, this is a woman that needs a bubble bath and a whole bottle of wine because she doesn't feel like herself. It's time to face your own shadow side. And also, you know, when the devil comes in reverse for a Capricorn, your Saturn energy is imbalanced. And there could be some consequences for this. With the devil and the Four of Swords, this looked like illness. So I used this Super Future Fortune Awesome deck again for you guys. Here you are again, the flame, the devil in reverse, and I got illness. Now, I don't want to scare any of you, of course. This looks like a weakened immune system, a relationship that's lost its drive and spark. And I think it's just because you really need to take care of yourselves and you need help. For some of you, this Queen of Pentacles might be, I have two queens here. So this could be your mom and your sister even. Like, well, shit, none of these people are supporting me. There are people around you that, I'm hoping there are people around you that will support you. I just feel like you guys are doing it all right now for yourself. It's really important to find someone that you can rely on, so that you can focus on the future again and stay focused on your career as well as the love. I think it's important for you to communicate clearly with the person. I think that you're kind of a slick fox and I'm tired of you leading me in this figure 8. You're on again, off again, you're inconsistent, and I feel like you don't have a plan. So instead, you're just either being manipulative or you're not being productive. And I'm drained to the point where I can't even be nice. Let the tower fall if you need to, Capricorn. I want you to be able to bring that balance into your life again. I can see that you're super busy, and so I really hope that this helped you guys. It's definitely time to receive at this point and work on balance, in particular in your realm, in the Pentacle realm. So I really hope that this helped you guys. My heart really went out to you. I was like, this is every parent I've ever met. This is every boss with a heart of gold I've ever met. A good family member, someone who's been very generous to the point where it's like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can afford this anymore. I really want you guys to get back into your strong Cap energy. So I hope this helps you. Get some rest so you don't get sick, my dear ones. Okay, Cap, I'm always listening to the universe for you. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.